Announcer bot is active. T. Sydney from Canada is first. Pete Mitchell from Canada in Madgwick is P3. Big Dean Energy from Canada in Madgwick is P5. Idiot Driver is P7. Slyko from United States is P10. Rick Nicholson from United States in Lavant Strait is P6. Pete Mitchell in Madgwick is P9. Buggy from Zimbabwe is 9th. Rick Nicholson in Fordwater is 10th. Games from Italy is 11th. Slappin' in Lavant Strait is P8. Games in Lavant Strait is P13. Pete Mitchell in Fordwater is P2. Best lap is a 1:28.820 point. Brewhop 60 from United States in Madgwick is P18. Worm from United States in Lavant Strait is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:28.071. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Rick Nicholson is 12th. Buggy in Woodcote is P14. Brewhop 60 in Woodcote is P14. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P21. Deadly D4N13L from United States is P21. Kyle Z32 from United States in Ford Water is P18. Max Yang from United States is third. Best lap is a 127.793. Big Dean Energy is 21st. Deadly D4N13L in Woodcote is 14th. Brewhop 60 in Ford Water is P20. Big Dean Energy in Lavant Strait is 17th. Articulate Fox from United States in Lavant is P6. Best lap is a 129.166. Pete Mitchell is fifth. Brewhop 60 is 14th. Max Yang from United States in Ford Water is P3. Deadly D4N13L is 22nd. "20 minutes remaining in the session." Worm in Chicane is second. Deadly D4N13L is P21. Kyle Z32 is 21st. Max Yang in Fordwater is P3. Josh Fulton from United States in Fordwater is P22. Articulate Fox in Madwick is P10. Scrub 224 from Mexico in Woodcote is P17. Worm in Fordwater is P4. Best lap is a 127.585. Sam S. from United States in Fordwater is 8th. Best lap is a 128.666. Pete Mitchell is P3. Nathan from Canada in Levant Strait is P22. Big Dean Energy is 7th. Buggy is 6th. Best lap is a 127.957. Deadly D4N13L is P24. T Sydney is P8. Best lap is a 128.164. Worm in Woodcote is P4. T Sydney is P9. "15 minutes remaining in the session." Gamez in Madwick is 19th. Best lap is a 140.444. Kyle Z32 is 14th. Best lap is a 129.873. Games is 19th. Buggy from Zimbabwe is 8th. T. Sydney in Woodcote is 9th. Sam S. is 5th. Best lap is a 1:27.629. Lavant is P21. Best lap is a 1:42.958. Max Yang in Lavant is P1. Best lap is a 1:26.544. Slyko is P21. Articulate Fox in Fordwater is P8. Best lap is a 1:27.856. Slyko in Fordwater is 21st. Best lap is a 1:40.756. Left sink handle is 13th. Kyer Martin in Lavant Strait is P24. Slappin in St. Mary's is 7th. Best lap is a 1:27.723. Max Yang is 1st. Kyle Z32 is 14th. Best lap is a 1:29.456. Big Dean Energy in Levant is 12th. Best lap is a 1:28.426. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Kyer Martin in Lavant is P19. Best lap is a 1:35.599. Kyle Z32 in St. Mary's is 14th. Grandmaster Mat 44 is P3. Best lap is a 127.291. Buggy is 10th. Max Yang is first. Deadly D4N13L from United States in Levant is 25th. Botlando from Panama is 24th. Nathan in Woodcote is 9th. AHS3N from Canada is P18. Best lap is a 1:32.2208. Grandmaster Mat 44 in Levant is P3. Best lap is a 1:27.091. Deadly D4N13L from United States in Levant is P24. Big Dean Energy is 12th. T. Sydney is P11. Kyer Martin is 21st. AS3N in Lavant Strait is 20th. Worm is 6th. Best lap is a 1:27.350. Kyle Ez 32 in St.Mary's is 16th. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Botlando from Panama in Woodcote is P25. Deadly D4N3L in Woodcote is P5. Nathan in Fordwater is third. Best lap is a 1:26.595. Sam S. is P9. Max Yang in Fordwater is first. Grandmaster Matt 44 is sixth. AHS3N in St. Mary's is 21st. Best lap is a 1:31.343. Grim Death 1102 is P25. Slappin is P10N. AHS3N is 21st. Brewhop 60 in Fordwater is P19. Best lap is a 1:30.382. Pete Mitchell in St. Mary's is P7. Best lap is a 1:27.459. Josh Fulton is P12. Slyko is 25th. T. Sydney in Madgwick is P13. Pete Mitchell in Fordwater is 7th. Sam S. in Elevant is P10. Worm in Madgwick is P4. Best lap is a 1:26.866. Pete Mitchell in Woodcote is P9. Max Yang is P1. Kyle Z32 in Madgwick is P17. Sam S is 11th. Grim Death 1102 is 23rd. Best lap is a 134.759. Articulate Fox is P2. Best lap is a 126.568. Kyle's 032 in Woodcote is P17. Deadly D4N13L is 7th. Peter T from Ireland in Fordwater is P28. The qualification session is at Goodwood Circuit in Chichester, Great Britain. The wind speed is 11 kilometers per mi and east-northeast. Big Dean Energy from Canada is P10. Pete Mitchell from Canada in Fordwater is 4th. Nathan from Canada in Madgwick is 19th. Zatter in St. Mary's is 14th. Nathan in Levant is 18th. Josh Fulton from United States is P23. Josh Fulton is up 8.59 in St. Mary's. Josh Fulton is up 8.77 in Lavant Strait. Slappin is third. Max Yang from United States is P4. Rick Nicholson from United States is fourth. Slyko from United States is 10th up, 26.95. Deadly D4N13L from United States in Woodcote is P12, up 929. Worm from United States in Woodcote is third up, 1.26. Worm improved is P1 with a 126.969. Max Yang is P14. Big Dean Energy in Chicane is P16. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Nathan is 18th. K. Martin is P9. Kai Martin improved is 7th with a 128.257, 1.618 off pole. Grimdeath 1102 in Lavant Strait is 15th, up 0.48. Grim Death 1102 improved as P14 with a 131.400, 4.761 off pole. Worm is provisional pole with a 126.961. Rick Nicholson is 13th. Rick Nicholson improved is 11th with a 129.341, 2.702 off pole. Kyer Martin is 10th. Kyer Martin improved is 7th with a 127.745. 1.106 off pole. Deadly D4N13L in Woodcote is P20 up 3.50. Sligo from United States is 20th. Articulate Fox from United States is P10. Articulate Fox improved is 8th with a 127.818, 1.179 off pole. Pete Mitchell in Chicane is P21. Kyle Z32 from United States is 23rd up, 2.71. AHS3N from Canada is P-17. HS3N improved is P18 with a 130.578, 0.3.939 off pole. Slappin is P23. T. Sydney is P25. Grandmaster Mat 44 is P6. Grandmaster Mat 44 improved as 4th with a 126.968, 0.329 off pole. Sligo is 23rd. Nathan in Woodcote is P2, up 0.24. Brewhop 60 from United States in Levant Strait is 18th up, 0.82. Nathan is provisional pole with a 126.792. Kyle Z32 is 15th. Brewhop 60 is 18th. Brewhop 60 improved is P15 with a 129.124.2.485 off pole. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Time DeLowen is 22nd. Time Dialon improved is P22 with a 137.359, 10.720 off pole. Pete Mitchell is 13th up, 0.26. Nathan in Chicane is P2. Worm from United States in Chicane is 3rd. Kyle Z32 is P16. Kyle Z32 improved is P10 with a 127.652, 1.013 off pole. Botlando from Panama in Woodcote is P25, up 3.86. Time Delon is P24. Time Delon improved is P24 with a 135.746, 9.107 off pole. Max Yang in Woodcote is first up, 0.32. Zader in Chicane is P18. Zader improved is 10th with a 127.388.749 off pole. AHS3N in Woodcote is 20th up, 0.51. Sam S. from United States is 5th up, 0.12. Max Yang is P1 up, 0.25. Pete Mitchell is 17th up, 0.23. Rick Nicholson is P19 up, 0.14. AHS3N is 20th up, 0.25. Best lap is a 130.578, 3.939 off pole. AS3N is up 0.61 in Woodcote. AS3N improved is 20th with a 129.844, 3.205 off pole. Botlando from Panama is P6. Botlando improved is 6th with a 127.082, 0.443 off pole. Worm in Levant is P3 up, 0.21. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P4. Grandmaster Matt 44 is provisional pole with a 126.7555. Scrub 224 from Mexico in Chicane is P22. Scrub 224 improved is 20th with a 129.477, 2.838 off pole. T. Sydney from Canada is P26. Cloudy Badger 29 in Woodcote is P28 up 17.34. Pete Mitchell in Chicane is P17. Pete Mitchell improved is 16th with a 127.911, 1.272 off pole. Scrub 224 in Woodcote is 21st up, 0.27. Scrub 224 improved is P20 with a 129.192, 2.553 off pole. T Sydney is 18th. T Sydney improved is P16 with a 127.828, 1.189 off pole. Grim Death 1102 in Chicane is P23. Time D-Lown is 26th up, 1.39. Scrub 224 is 20th up, 0.32. Scrub 224 improved is 19th with a 128.940, 2.301 off pole. Time D-Lown in St. Mary's is P26, up 1.43. Time D-Lown is up 1.57 in Woodcote. Time D-Lown improved is 26th with a 135.113, 8.474 off pole. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Scrub 224 is P19. Scrub 224 improved is 19th with a 128.702, 2.063 off pole. Bobbert from United States in Woodcote is 24th, up 3.13. Bobbert improved is P24 with a 131.702, 5.063 off pole. Botlando in Chicane is P7. Botlando improved is P5 with a 126.939, 0.300 off pole. Time D-Lown in Chicane is P26. Time D-Lown improved is P25 with a 132.535, 5.896 off pole. Bullet in Woodcote is P28, up 1.66. Articulate Fox from United States is 8th up, 0.29. Kyer Martin in Levant Strait is P10 up 0.46. Kyer Martin is provisional pole with a 1:26.627. Deadly D4N13L is 12th. Deadly D4N13L improved is 5th with a 126.809.182 off pole. Scrub 224 is 19th. Bobrick is 25th. Bobrick improved is P23 with a 130.533.3.906 off pole. Sligo in Woodcote is 28th, up 1.48. Sligo improved is 28th with a 140.206, 13.579 off pole. AHS3N in St. Mary's is P22, up 0.17. AHS3N is up 0.16 in Woodcote. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Slapping in Levant is P18 up 0.20. Botlando in Woodcote is 7th up 0.12. Slappin is P18 up 0.19. Botlando is provisional pole with a 126.579. Josh Fulton in Lavant Strait is 7th up 0.25. Nathan in Chicane is 5th. Josh Fulton in Woodcote is P7 up 0.33. Cloudy Badger 29 in Woodcote is 27th up 1.23. Cloudy Badger 29 improved is 23rd with a 130.348, 3.769 off pole. T. Sydney in Woodcote is P16 up 0.46. Cloudy Badger 29 is P minus 23 up 0.43. Bullet is 25th. Best lap is a 131.064, 4.485 off pole. Sam S. in chicane is P9. Sam S. improved is 4th with a 126.684, 0.105 off pole. Worm in Woodcote is P9 up 0.17. Articulate Fox in Lavant Strait is 11th up 0.64. Articulate Fox is provisional pole with a 126.530. Josh Fulton in Levant is P9, up 0.61. Josh Fulton is up 0.68 in Woodcote. Josh Fulton is provisional pole with a 126.437. T. Sydney is 16th, up 0.23. T. Sydney is up 0.05 in Lavant Strait. Bullet is P25, up 0.84. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Bullet is up 0.65 in Woodcote. Bullet improved is 24th with a 130.532. 4.095 off pole. Left sink handle is 13th up 0.17. Left sink handle is up 0.04 in Levant Strait. Kyer Martin is P4, up 0.26. Scrub 224 in Ford Water is 19th up .10. Scrub 224 is a .36 in Levant. Scrub 224 is up 0.07 in Woodcote. Left sink handle in Levant is 13th up 0.40. The race session is at Goodwood Circuit in Chichester, Great Britain. The wind speed is 17 km/h from the east-northeast. Bot Lando is P1. Josh Fulton from United States is P2. Articulate Fox from United States is third. Max Yang from United States is fourth. Car Martin is P5. Nathan from Canada is P6. Dasalotad DMG entering the pits is P30. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Botlando is first. Keir Martin in Goodwood is P3. Articulate Fox is P2. Keir Martin is third. Articulate Fox is P2. Nathan in Levant is P4. Articulate Fox is second. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth. Sam S. from United States is fifth. Nathan is P4, 0.1 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Nathan is now P3. Sam S. in Fordwater is fifth. Best lap is a 136.923, 2.629 off the fastest lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 in St. Mary's is P3, 0.3 behind Nathan. Botlando from Panama in Levant is fifth, 0.2 behind Sam S. Botlando lost fifth to Articulate Fox. Nathan is P2, 0.5 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third, 0.5 behind Nathan. Nathan is second, 0.7 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3, 0.6 behind Nathan. Botlando in Fordwater is P6, 0.3 behind Sam S. Grandmaster Matt 44 in St. Mary's is third. Best lap is a 127.721, 0.698 off the fastest lap. Slappin is P10. Slappin lost P15 to Worm. Slappin lost 18th to Oz 3N. Nathan is P2. Slappin entering the pits is first. Nathan is now second. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P4. Sam S. is sixth. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3.7 behind Nathan. AH3N entering the pits is P20. Articulate Fox entering the pits is first. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Scrub 224 is P12. Articulate Fox exiting pits. Grim Death 1102 entering the pits is 25th. Scrub 224 passed Pete Mitchell for P11. Nathan is second. Sam S. in Lavant Straight is 5th, 0.4 behind Botlando. Nathan in Chicane is 2nd, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Sam S. is P5, 0.4 behind Botlando. Nathan is 2nd, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Nathan passed Josh Fulton for first. Josh Fulton is P2.2 behind Nathan. Sam S. in St. Mary's is 5th, 0.7 behind Botlando. Josh Fulton from United States in Lavant Straight is 2nd, 0.6 behind Nathan. Scrub 224 from Mexico in Levant is P8, 0.4 behind Kyle's 32. Pete Mitchell from Canada in Levant Straight is 9th, 0.8 behind Scrub 224. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd, 0.5 behind Nathan. Scrub 224 from Mexico is P8, 0.4 behind Kyle Z32. Deadly D4 N13L from United States in Madgwick is 11th, 0.3 behind Worm. Grandmaster Matt 44 in St. Mary's is 3rd, 0.4 behind Nathan. Scrub 224 in St. Mary's is P8, 0.3 behind Kyle Z32. Deadly D4 N13L is 11th. Best lap is a 128.745, 2.320 off the fastest lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd. Grandmaster Matt 44 lost P3 to Botlando. Grandmaster Matt 44 lost 5th to Big Dean Energy. Deadly D4 N13L is 11th. T. Sydney from Canada is 16th, 0.4 behind Buggy. Scrub 224 in Madgwick is 9th, 0.2 behind Pete Mitchell. Scrub 224 lost 12th to Brew Hop 60. Deadly D4 N13L is P16. Deadly D4 N13L lost 16th to Scrub 224. Deadly D4 N13L lost P17 to Rick Nicholson. Zatter is P11, 10 minutes remaining in the session. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P12, 0.4 behind Zader. Pete Mitchell in Levant Strait is 10th, 0.5 behind Brewhop 60. Left Sink Handle is 13th, 0.2 behind Buggy. Pete Mitchell in Chicane is P10, 0.3 behind Zader. Pete Mitchell is now 11th. Buggy in Majwick is 10th, 0.2 behind Zader. Left Sink Handle is 11th, 0.4 ahead of Kai Martin. Left Sink Handle was 2.6 faster last lap. Buggy is 10th, 0.1 behind Zader. Buggy was 6.2 faster last lap. Left Sink Handle is 11th, 0.1 ahead of Kai Martin. Zader in Levant on lap 8 is 10th, 0.2 behind Kai Martin. Kai Martin was 3.9 faster last lap. Pete Mitchell is P10, 0.1 behind Kai Martin. Pete Mitchell passed Kai Martin for P9. Kai Martin is P10, 0.2 behind Pete Mitchell. Kai Martin was 9.3 faster last lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Fordwater is 6th, 0.7 behind Big Dean Energy. Grandmaster Matt 44 was 1.3 faster last lap. Buggy is P12, 0.2 behind T. Sydney. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Lavant is 6th, 0.6 behind Big Dean Energy. Pierre Martin in St. Mary's is P10, 0.5 behind Pete Mitchell. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Woodcote is P6. Buggy in Levant Strait is P12, 0.3 behind T. Sydney. T. Sydney was 2.7 faster last lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Madquick is 6th, 0.3 behind Big Dean Energy. Big Dean Energy from Canada in Fordwater is 5th. Best lap is a 127.924, 1.526 off the fastest lap. Big Dean Energy lost 5th to Grandmaster Matt 44. T. Sydney is P10. T. Sydney lost P10 to Buggy. T. Sydney lost 11th to Articulate Fox. Big Dean Energy is 6th. Worm from United States in Levant is P8, 0.7 behind Kyle's 32. Worm was 1.3 faster last lap. Buggy is P11, 0.1 behind Articulate Fox. Worm is 8th. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Brewhop 60, entering the pits, is P7. Articulate Fox is P11, 0.5 behind Pete Mitchell. Articulate Fox is now P10. Worm is 8th. Best lap is a 1:27.784, 1.386 off the fastest lap. Articulate Fox in Ford Wire is P10, 0.1 behind Pete Mitchell. Worm is 8th, 0.5 behind Kyle Z32. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th, 0.8 behind Sam S. Worm is 8th, 0.4 behind Kyle Z32. Kyle Martin on lap 11 is P11, 0.4 ahead of Buggy. Kyle Z32 from United States is P8, 0.2 behind Worm. Kyle S32 passed Worm for P7. Worm is 8th. Oz 3 exiting pits. Worm lost 10th to Keir Martin. Buggy is 10th. Scrub 224 in Ford Water is 13th, 0.3 behind Keir Martin. Scrub 224 is now 12th. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Woodcote is P5, 0.8 behind Sam S. Botlando is P4, 0.2 behind Sam S. Botlando lost P4 to Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 4th, 0.3 ahead of Botlando. Botlando is 5th, 0.2 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Deadly D4N13L in Madgwick is 12th, 0.4 behind Scrub 224. Deadly D4N-Teen-L is now 11th. Pete Mitchell is P14, 0.6 behind Buggy. Buggy was 9.8 faster last lap. Pete Mitchell passed Buggy for P13. Botlando from Panama in Woodcote is 5th, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Botlando passed Grandmaster Matt 44 for P Nash 4. Keir Martin in Lavot Strait is 11th, 0.3 behind Deadly D4N13L. Deadly D4N13L was 9.4 faster last lap. Deadly D4N13L in Woodcote is position 10, 0.2 ahead of Kai Martin. KIR Martin is P11, 0.4 behind Deadly D4 N13L. Botlando is 4th, 0.7 behind Sam S. Sam S was 0.8 faster last lap. The leader has just finished the race. Josh Fulton finished P1. Bobbert finished 24th. Nathan finished 2nd. Bullitt finished P20. Sam S. finished 3rd. Botlando finished 4th. Grandmaster Matt 44 finished 5th. Big Dean Energy finished P6. Slappin finished P21. Worm finished 7th. Kyle Z32 finished 8th. Deadly D4 N13L finished 9th. Kai Martin finished 10th. Cloudy Badger 29 finished P22. Buggy finished 11th. Slyko finished 25th. Left Sink Handle finished 12th. Articulate Fox finished 13th. Scrub 224 finished 14th. Zader finished 15th. Rick Mickelson finished P16. Max Yang finished 17th. Pete Mitchell finished 18th. Time Delon finished P23. T. Sydney finished P19. The race session is at Goodwood Circuit in Chichester, Great Britain. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the south-southwest. Time deal-on is P1. Bobbert from United States is P2. Slappin is third. Cloudy Badger 29 entering the pits is 31st. Pete Mitchell from Canada is 4th. Bullet is P5. Dot. T. Sydney from Canada is P6. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Time deal-on is first. Cloudy Badger 29 exiting pits on hards. Bobbert in Madgwick is P2. T. Sydney in Fordwater is third. Bullet is P5. T. Sydney is third. T. Sydney passed Bobbert for second. Bobbert in 11th straight is P4. Bobbert lost P.4 to Scrub 224. Scrub 224 from Mexico in Woodcote is 4th. Nathan from Canada in Chicane is P6. Nathan passed Big Dean Energy for 5th. Left Sink Handle in Madgwick is P3, 0.5 behind T. Sydney. Zotter exiting pits. Big Dean Energy from Canada in Fordwater is P6, 0.6 behind Nathan. Left Sink Handle in St. Mary's is P3, 0.3 behind T. Sydney. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P8, 0.4 behind Deadly D4N13L. Scrub 224 in Lavant Straight is 4th, 0.6 behind Left Sink Handle. Big Dean Energy in Woodcote is P6, 0.5 behind Nathan. Big Dean Energy is now 5th. Nathan is P4, 0.1 behind T. Sydney. Nathan passed T. Sydney for P3. T. Sydney is 4th, 0.6 behind Nathan. Nathan was 2.7 faster last lap. Slappin in Fordwater is P3, 0.4 ahead of T. Sydney. T. Sydney in St. Mary's is P4, 0.6 behind Slappin. Nathan in Levant is 2nd, 0.6 behind Scrub 224. T. Sydney in Levant Straight on lap 3 is 4th, 0.1 behind Slappin. Nathan is 2nd, 0.4 behind Scrub 224. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P6, 0.2 behind Big Dean Energy. Grandmaster Matt 44 was 1.5 faster last lap. Nathan is 2nd, 0.2 behind Scrub 224. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Bot Lando from Panama in Fordwater is P8, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Big Dean Energy in St. Mary's is 6th. Best lap is a 129.306, 2.549 off the fastest lap. Scrub 224 in Levant Straight is 2nd, 0.7 behind Nathan. Slappin is P4, 0.7 behind T. Sydney. Big Dean Energy in Woodcote on lap 4 is 6th, 0.3 ahead of Josh Fulton. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P5, 0.3 behind Slappin. Big Dean Energy in Madgwick is P7, 0.2 ahead of Articulate Fox. Slappin in Fordwater is P5, 0.1 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton from United States in St. Mary's is P6, 0.4 behind Slappin. Josh Fulton is now 5th. Slappin in Levant is 7th, 0.4 behind Articulate Fox. Articulate Fox was 1.1 faster last lap. Josh Fulton in Lavant Straight is P5, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin in Woodcote is P7, 0.4 behind Articulate Fox. Josh Fulton is 5th, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Articulate Fox from United States in Madgwick is P6, 0.4 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton in Fordwater is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Articulate Fox. T. Sydney in St. Mary's on lap 6 is 3rd, 0.6 behind Scrub 224. Josh Fulton in Levant is P5, 0.4 ahead of Articulate Fox. T. Sydney in Levant Straight is P3, 0.6 behind Scrub 224. Josh Fulton in Woodcote is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Articulate Fox. T. Sydney is 3rd, 0.6 behind Scrub 2024. Articulate Fox in Madgwick is 5th, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. T. Sydney in Fordwater on lap 7 is P3, 0.6 behind Scrub 224. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P5, 0.2 behind Articulate Fox. Big Dean Energy is 8th, 0.5 behind Slappin'. T. Sydney in Levant Strait is P3, 0.2 behind Scrub 224. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Slappin' is 8th, 0.1 behind Big Dean Energy. T. Sydney is P3, 0.2 behind Scrub 224. Josh Fulton in Madgwick is 5th, 0.5 behind Articulate Fox. Josh Fulton is now P4. Articulate Fox in Fordwater is P3, 0.4 behind Scrub 224. Josh Fulton in St. Mary's is P4, 0.7 behind Articulate Fox. Articulate Fox in Lavant is P3, 0.1 behind Scrub 224. Josh Fulton in Lavant Strait is P-4, 0.3 behind Articulate Fox. Worm from United States in Levant Strait is P12, 0.7 behind T. Sydney. Scrub 224 on lap 8 is P3, 0.4 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton from United States in Madgwick is P4, 0.2 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Scrub 224 is 3rd, 0.4 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is 4th, battling Grandmaster Matt 44. Scrub 224 is 3rd, 0.8 behind Articulate Fox. Articulate Fox was 1.9 faster last lap. Josh Fulton in Lavant Strait is 4th, 0.4 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton in Châtain on lap 9 is 4th, 0.3 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th. Best lap is a 126.937, 0.681 off the fastest lap. Josh Fulton is 4th, 0.3 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is 4th, 0.3 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Levant is 5th. Josh Fulton is 4th, 0.1 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P5, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P4, 0.3 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th. Grandmaster Matt 44 passed Josh Fulton for 4th. Josh Fulton is 5th, 0.2 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 4th, 0.2 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton in Levant Straight is 5th, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy from Zimbabwe in Levant Straight is P8, 0.2 behind Slappin. Scrub 224 in Chicane on lap 11 is 4th, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton is P5. Best lap is a 1:27.044, 0.799 off the fastest lap. Slappin in Madgwig is 8th, 0.7 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton is P5, 0.5 behind Scrub 224. Slappin is 8th, 0.3 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton from United States in Levant Straight is P4, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 was 1.8 faster last lap. Left sink handle in Levant is 12th, 0.1 behind T Sydney. Left sink handle passed T Sydney for P11. T Sydney is 14th. Buggy in Chicane is 8th. Buggy lost 9th to Worm. Buggy exiting pits. Ruhab 60 is 13th. Grandmaster Mac 44 is P4, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 1.5 faster last lap. Slappin is 7th, 0.5 behind Scrub 224. Slappin was 10.8 faster last lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Levant Straight is P4, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Zader in Madgwick is P19, 0.1 behind Max Yang. Grandmaster Matt 44 in Chicane is P4, 0.7 behind Josh Fulton. Zader in St. Mary's is P19, 0.3 behind Max Yang. Kyle Z32 from United States is P21, 0.4 behind Bobbert. Bobbert was 2.3 faster last lap. Axolotl exiting pits on hards. T. Sydney is P13. Axolotl entering the pits is 27th. T. Sydney passed Brewhop 60 for P12. Big Dean Energy is 8th, 0.2 behind Slappin. Buggy entering the pits is P21. The leader has just finished the race. Nathan finished first. Articulate Fox finished second. Bullet finished 22nd. Josh Fulton finished P3. Grandmaster Matt 44 finished P4. Rick Nicholson finished 26th. Botlando finished 5th. Scrub 224 finished 6th. Slappin finished P7. Big Dean Energy finished 8th. Worm finished 9th. Left Sink Handle finished 10th. Deadly D4N13L finished P22. Cloudy Badger 29 finished P23. Kyer Martin finished P11. T. Sydney finished P12. Brew Hop 60 finished 13th. Sam S. finished 14th. Pete Mitchell finished 15th. Max Yang finished P16. Zader finished 17th. Kyle's 32 finished P18. AHS3N finished P19. Bobbert finished P20. Time DeLon finished P24. Buggy finished 25th.